It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Check.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 45-yard line. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You can't block me. Shift.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully, mentally into this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check out 3. 6-6. Pull it high. Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, go 66.
Brady gives this to White. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the slant, watch the slant, watch the slant.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got a man open, it's Ross. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now a carry for White. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Check. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Gets it to Gordon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming.
Watch the screen. Check 26, check 26. Check 59.
Thomas has got it. Complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
No. Hey, Haywood. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. I'm here all right.
To throw, it's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. 368.
Here's Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score? I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to run it in. Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line. Lee! Watch this. 58 to Mike. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get it.
Dalton. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And able to find Green. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the toss, Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Hands up! Lee! Watch this.
61, matchbox lights.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 27. Dalton here from the gun. Finding Green complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
that's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Brady now on first down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd down now, it's White, and they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Smooth. Mike 50. Night, sweetheart. Mike 50, Mike 50. He's scared. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Rip. Rip right.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
one hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now? Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 2nd and 11 now, Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go. Five.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And the catch good, it's Eifert. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Go!
Dalton, 1st and 10. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Don't get nervous. He's chunking. He go 368.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, as the first half is winding down, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, look at the juke. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Hey, box truck.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Hey, exit.
I got you. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Wild Bill. Hey, Mike 52.
Alpha.
Let's go. 52's the Mike, boys. 52.
Sugar.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Brady into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
An exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. Shifts by him. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Hey, 66.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there.
Hey, Alpha.
To throw on 3rd down. Brady. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. Check, 52's the mark.
Hey, orbit.
52's the mark. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On 3rd down, Dalton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Regular. Hey, Charlie.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Mike 52.
From the 44, Brady. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New New England. Demaryius Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So now Brady and the Patriots going for 2.
Hey, goal 66.
5-2 is a Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2. Man, I got you.
Goal 50.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass, hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, switch gears.
They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. On the ball.
Hey, wahoo!
To throw here, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
The one with the dime look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Check. Alert! Kill.
Alert!
And he fires a strike to his big target, Demaryius Thomas. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Tom Brady needing a 4th quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that down further, the Pats in those years rarely losing in the 4th quarter like they are now.
52. Oh, you got 10? Hey, alert 3. Check
General West. Alert!
On 2nd down, Michelle. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
Check 52. Got you, boy.
Shotgun now for Brady. Going deep here for Edelman. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete. The
Bengals drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Show it up. Show it up. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Quit talking about it.
368.
From the 30 on second down. Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Another look for Dalton on second and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. Andy Dalton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Guys up! 318! 2-by-2. Move!
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
58 up!
Throwing, Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 7, Brady. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long.
Watch Twistone, travel. 52, that's 52. You don't want nothing.
Check it, reload! Hey, Zoo!
You don't want it. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill.
Here's Brady to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A Pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Again, it's Mixon. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hut! Lee!
Mike. Thanks. Check one.
On first down, Mixon. And he's taken down inside the 30. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Switch.
This is Mixon. John Simon in on the stop.
He was brought down by John Simon.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Cincinnati, the final 2 weeks.